Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Welcome back, honorable members. I now call upon spokesperson from UDF.
Madam Speaker, thank you for recognizing Mangochi South, speaking on behalf of UDF. Madam Speaker, UDF supports this bill. The portion from Mwanjati to Unga of the Mangochi Makajira Road. Madam Speaker, the memorandum explains that these are loans, but in tranches. And it explains that the first tranche, but then it's put in 75 Saudi riyals, which I wish the minister could have translated it into dollars. But I think he said it on his second reading. But I wish he could have translated so it makes it easier. And then the second tranche was the bill that were approved last week of the portion from Mangochi to Mwanjati. Now, this is the third bill, which is again also quoted not in US dollars, but I wish that was done, from Mwanjati to Unga. I believe the portion from Unga to the end of the road, Fort Maguire, maybe what's going to be done by government. But I don't think, it's not very clear in the bill. Madam Speaker, this bill, the road Mangochi to Makanjira has drawn a lot of attention. A lot of people talking about it, others criticizing, others thanking the government. But others criticizing we MPs, especially from Mangochi, and especially some of us who agreed to the bill last week. But all these criticisms, to me, I think they don't understand. I wish there was more civic education, either from government itself or we MPs. Because the criticisms, I don't know whether the minister saw them. They were saying, where has the money gone? We saw the president, the MP, and the senior chief Makanjira going to Saudi Arabia. And they got money there. Where has the money gone? So this is what they're saying. But it needed somebody from government to explain. Because I can't explain on behalf of government. I can't go to Makanjira and explain. So these small things, it's people asking who don't know that when the president agrees, goes to a foreign country, the loans he signs, they end up here in Parliament. And that's the bill we did, I think, in 2024. But if we don't explain, people are talking a lot of things. And they were criticizing me. They said, why did you agree to this bill? Nanga uti ndalama zikuna anapita ku Saudi Arabia zili kuti. Atibera ndalama zatu, you see? So, anyway, I think I don't know what you're going to do. Maybe we're not doing the winding up speech. I don't know how you're going to say it to clear all this mist. Because shame, poor them. Because some of these are people who are really, really concerned about the road, and they appreciate the road is coming, but they don't understand all these things. I know it's politics involved in this, but I wish somebody explained to the people in Makanjira. Madam Speaker, that last bill said Mangochi to Manjati, and it said 36 kilometers. This bill is saying Manjati to Unga. Let us be clear, how many kilometers is this? In the first bill, you mentioned the kilometers. This one, you're not. Again, will be questioned. Could you just sat there, you didn't even ask, or you didn't say anything. But I'm saying these things because I know people are listening out there. Now, Unga to Fort Maguire. I don't know how many kilometers it is, but I know maybe government, it's your portion, which government will fund. But say it so that people should know. And then when we look at the budget, I don't think there's anything in the budget, unless I didn't read the budget properly. So please, find the money. This road should end at Fort Maguire. I can't remember from Unga how many kilometers are left. Maybe it's just a few kilometers. But sometimes to construct a very expensive road like this one and to leave maybe 5 kilometers undone, it takes maybe years and years because that portion gets forgotten. And mind you, the Fort Maguire is a tourist spot. I've been there. It's a very, very nice place. Yeah? People can build hotels. There's things which were built a long time ago, buildings. It's a historical place. And it's a place I'm sure investors would come in. As well as the beach to Makanjira, all the way from Mangochi to Makanjira. The beaches are beautiful. So I think it's a very important road for tourism, business, fishing, agriculture, and I think also, I know there's minerals. The minerals that our small-scale miners are digging, although they're not benefiting, it's foreigners who are coming there, pinching all those, I don't know, sorry, let me just refrain from saying these words because I'm not sure how they do it. But I don't think, I wish the Minister of Mining was here, I don't think there's anybody benefiting out of this. And I remember people used to go, I don't know whether the minister is here, the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, who is the MP. People, trucks used to go there, collect sand. I believe there's this special sand. I don't know what they do this sand for. Now it's spoiling the beach, taking up the beautiful sand in the beaches, taking them, I don't know where. So this is just shows in Makanjira, there's a lot of things that people can do to get money. Madam Speaker, with these few remarks, and I would like to ask the Minister, when he's winding up, maybe he should clarify, maybe I didn't hear him in his second reading, clarify all these small things that I've said, so that the people out there should be clear. I also asked that last time, is this road, are you going to start from Bakili Muluzi Bridge, which is Bakili Muluzi Highway, all the way to Makanjira? Or you're just going to start from the turn-off going to Malindi? I wish you could start from the Bakili Muluzi Highway at the bridge, because no use of you building a beautiful road. And then this portion, people are coming from Lilongwe or Blanta, wherever, they pass through the bridge, then they find a very, very, very bad road. I don't know how many, it's about 5-6 kilometers. And then you come to the turn-off, and then you start driving on a beautiful new road. So with these few remarks, Madam Speaker, UDF supports the bill. Thank you very much.
Very much, spokesperson from UDF and Honorable Member for Mangochi South. Honorable Deputy Leader.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that we curtail debate in order to allow the Honorable Minister to wind up.
Honorable Leader, honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that debate on Bill number 22 of 2025 be curtailed in order to allow the Honorable Minister of Finance to wind up. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, through you, I want to thank the honorable spokespersons for DPP and UDF for overwhelmingly supporting the bill. This is so, Madam Speaker, because the bill is very important. It talks about rehabilitation and construction of Mangochi Makanjira Road, a road that has been politicized by so many governments, and finally it has to be done by this government, because that's the government that does care. Madam Speaker, when we are talking about the roads of the Lord, does not necessarily mean that the whole road will not be constructed. We are saying that the resources committed so far will actually cover that particular area, and we've been able to provide even the technical descriptions of how the roads will be done. It is also good that both of the speakers representing DPP and UDF are actually members of parliament from Mangochi. So they actually know the importance of the road. The issue raised by Mangochi South about misconception is very important, because people have always misunderstood when we say we have signed the agreement for this particular project. They think at that particular time, when the minister will be flying back to Malawi, you will have the suitcase full of dollars. They didn't know that those are commitments, and you need to formalize and legalize through this House. And I think that's what we are doing now. So let me assure people of Mangochi and Makanjira that we have finally secured all the commitments, and now that once we finalize these legal instruments here by going through these processes, the actual implementation of the work, which is rehabilitation and construction of Mangochi Makanjira, will begin. And this time around, without fail, because we know exactly what we are doing. For this particular one, as I sit, Madam Speaker, I want to assure the House and the honorable member, it is the very minister who actually presided over these projects. And I'm happy that I will see to it that what we signed from our people of Mangochi is now coming into fruition, because obviously we can't allow to have people of Makanjira and Mangochi suffering as if they are not part of this development. As we are developing very beautiful roads in cities and towns and urban areas, we need also to develop Mangochi. And the good thing is, this road is just alongside the lake. It's more like a lakeshore lake, where even those people that have retired, when they want to enjoy the lake, they will actually be using this particular road. So all the issues raised, Madam Speaker, we have taken note. Therefore, I beg to move, Madam Speaker, that the second reading be done now. Madam Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that second reading of Bill number 22. Bill number 22, Bill number 22 of 2025 be read a second time. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Committee stage. Bill number 22 of 2025, Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, Construction and Rehabilitation of Mangochi Maganjia Road Project, loan authorization.
Thank you. Any volunteer chairperson to come and chair the committee? Yes, chair for media. Honorable members, welcome to the committee stage of Bill number 22 of 2025, Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, Construction and Rehabilitation of Mangochi Makanjira Road Project, Loan Authorization Bill. I wish to inform you that so far the Chair has not received any notice of proposed amendments on this bill. If no one wishes to speak, I now put a question. The question is that clauses 1 to 6 stand part of the bill. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honorable members, this marks the end of committee stage of Bill number 22 of 2025, Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, Construction and Rehabilitation of Mangochi Maganjira Road Project loan. Thank you for your active participation. Government Deputy Leader.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that we waive all relevant standing orders so that after this bill, we go back to the original order paper and go back to the Bill 19 of 2025 foreign exchange until all the processes of that bill are completed. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister and Deputy Leader. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that we waive all relevant standing orders in order for us to extend time to complete Bill number 22 and Bill number 19. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Report stage. Bill number 22 of 2025.
Thank you, Chair Media. Honorable Minister of Finance, report progress, please.
Madam Speaker, I beg to report that Bill number 22 of 2025 has passed through the committee stage without any amendment. I therefore beg to move that the bill be laid a third time.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that Bill number 22 of 2025, Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development Construction and Rehabilitation of Mangochi Makanjira Road Project, loan authorization be taken today. Third reading be taken today. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Third reading. Bill number 22 of 2025, Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, Construction and Rehabilitation of Mangochi Makanjira Road Project, loan authorization.
Honorable Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that Bill number 22 of 2025, the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, Construction and Rehabilitation of Mangochi Makanjira Road Project, loan authorization, be laid a third time and passed.
Honorable Minister of Finance. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that Bill number 22 of 2025, Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, Construction and Rehabilitation of Mangochi Makanjira Road Project, loan authorization, be read a third time and passed. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the bill has passed. We're now supposed to go back to debate on Bill number 19, but we'll have to have a motion, I think, to go back because we're on the supplementary order paper. For us to go back to...
Right, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that we waive all of our standing orders in order for us to go back to the original order paper and go to Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange, and we start with the presentation of the Budget Committee of Parliament to give their report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Leader. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that we waive all relevant standing orders in order for us to go back to the original order paper and tackle Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange, starting with the report from the Budget Committee. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Chairperson of the Budget Committee. Is that the Deputy Chair?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
You have the floor.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I stand on behalf of the Budget Committee to present an analysis of Bill number 19 of 2025, Foreign Exchange Bill, which was referred to the committee for consideration by the Clerk of Parliament on the 1st April 2025 in accordance with Standing Order 125, subsection 3. Madam Speaker, our analysis has been thorough, looking at the bill clause by clause and the proposed amendments therein. Madam Speaker, firstly, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all members of my committee for their dedication and commitment in analyzing this bill. I wish to also extend our sincere gratitude to you, Madam Speaker, the Office of the Clerk of Parliament, and Parliament Secretariat for the support rendered throughout our deliberations. I also extend our appreciation to all stakeholders who appeared before the committee and contributed to the report. Madam Speaker, the principal objective of this bill is to repeal the 1984 Exchange Control Act and replace it with a new Foreign Exchange Act, shifting government policy from controlling to managing foreign exchange transactions. It consolidates existing foreign exchange provisions, incorporates judicial rulings, strengthens the Reserve Bank of Malawi's enforcement powers while preserving the minister's policy-setting role, enhances monitoring of cross-border financial flows, revises sanctions to include administrative penalties and forfeiture, and standardizes penalties across financial sector laws. Madam Speaker, in trying to come up with a balanced and comprehensive analysis of this important bill, your committee held a roundtable discussion with the Reserve Bank of Malawi on the 5th of April 2025. The bank's reflections on the bill were as follows. A, that under the current law, it lacks the necessary powers, defined offenses, and punitive measures to effectively regulate the activities of exporters and importers. While registration of these entities has been a means to establish some form of control subject to court rulings, it has proven insufficient for timely and effective enforcement. In contrast, the new law introduces immediate administrative measures that can be imposed on offenders. It empowers the Reserve Bank of Malawi to take decisive action and enforce punitive measures without the delays associated with court processes. B, that Section 56 of the new law, which permits inspections without a warrant in cases where individuals or entities are suspected of violating the law, is designed to enhance regulatory oversight and ensure compliance in real time. C, that the bank is actively working to enhance banking systems and strengthen debit card regulations in response to the abuse of foreign exchange transactions. The new law is a significant step to address the gaps in the old Foreign Exchange Act by introducing clear offenses under Sections 34 to Section 38. These provisions now empower the Reserve Bank of Malawi to impose punitive measures where necessary. Previously, the bank was unable to prosecute offenders due to the absence of appropriate legal provisions in the old framework. This legal shortfall significantly hampered enforcement efforts. Key observations by the committee. During our deliberations, Madam Speaker, the following key observations emerged. 1, the committee expressed concerns about the lack of clarity in enforcing the bill, as there is no clear segregation of responsibilities among the Reserve Bank, the commercial banks, and foreign exchange dealers. The Reserve Bank affirmed that it will develop a framework to guide commercial banks and authorized dealers in this process. 2, further to this, Madam Speaker, the committee expressed serious concerns regarding the inadequacy of provisions in the new law as they relate to external foreign exchange transactions. The committee brought forward a disturbing incident at Kamuzu International Airport where individuals were found in possession of 150 Visa debit cards issued by the Malawi banks, which they used to withdraw foreign exchange in countries like Kenya and the UAE. This, honorable members, is not just a loophole. It's a glaring organized crime and abuse of our financial systems. Even more troubling was the Reserve Bank's silence when these individuals were apprehended. To this day, judgments have not been made, and the committee finds this deeply unsettling. In response, the Reserve Bank of Malawi has assured us that measures are being taken to strengthen banking systems and tighten debit card regulations. Furthermore, the new law seeks to close the gaps that existed in the previous legislation. Specifically, Sections 34 to 38 of the Act now empower the Reserve Bank of Malawi to treat such acts as offenses and impose punitive measures where necessary. Let us hope that these reforms are not just written in law, but are also enforced in practice. 3, Madam Speaker, the committee also raises serious concerns regarding the practice by some banks of rapidly converting tobacco farmers' US dollar proceeds into kwachas. This has created the troubling impression that our farmers are not entitled to retain their earnings in foreign currency. In response, the Reserve Bank of Malawi clarified that this is not the case. Our local farmers are permitted to open foreign-denominated accounts and have every right to hold their proceeds in US dollars without being forced into immediate conversion. The Reserve Bank of Malawi further emphasized the need for robust civic education to empower our farmers so they are not only aware of their rights, but are also equipped to make informed financial decisions that work in their best interest. Number 4, Madam Speaker, the committee raised significant concerns with respect to the new law, particularly its glaring omission of a clearly defined right of appeal for exporters and importers who may face deregistration or disapproval. This gap presents a serious challenge for stakeholders who may be adversely affected by such decisions. In its response, the Reserve Bank of Malawi assured the committee that the Constitution of Malawi guarantees this fundamental right. Exporters and importers do in fact have the right to seek legal recourse. The Reserve Bank of Malawi clarified that all decisions it makes are subject to appeal, and that the appeals process is comprehensively outlined in the relevant directives. However, Madam Speaker, the committee has recommended that these directives be clearly and explicitly reflected in the legal framework itself. This will enhance both clarity and transparency in the appeal process, leaving no room for ambiguity. Allow me to now move to the committee's recommendations. Madam Speaker, having considered the submission from the Reserve Bank of Malawi, your committee came up with the following proposals. Number 1, that under licensing and authorization of authorized dealers and foreign exchange brokers, Clause 8 of the bill should include an appellate avenue for rejected applicants. Number 2, the committee also notes that Clause 13 of Part 3 fails to disclose exceptions for small amounts of money that can be held in foreign exchange. For instance, keeping Forex for travel or tourism. It calls for the bank to come out clearly in the bill on what amounts will be subject to exemption. Number 3, Clause 18, subsection 1b states that a registered exporter who exports goods or services shall repatriate to Malawi proceeds from the export in foreign currency and within a period prescribed by the bank. The committee proposes an amendment to this clause where the period should clearly be stated in the bill. Number 4, the committee also recommends Clause 20 of the bill to be amended by inserting the following new subsection 7. For purposes of subsection 1, transfer of funds includes foreign currency payments that involves letters of credit, open account transactions, or any other internationally accepted mode of payment for the importation of goods or services. Number 5, under the mandatory sale of minerals to the bank, Clause 31 requires that miners sell reserve minerals, e.g. gold, only to the Reserve Bank of Malawi, which could discourage mining investment if pricing is not competitive. Number 6, Clause 32 further exhibits stiff rules, especially for minerals exporters. Delays in service delivery may create opportunities for bribes. For instance, in a situation where a local miner pays bribes to expedite approvals for export of gold, has to get approval from the Reserve Bank of Malawi. Therefore, Clause 32 should explicitly specify the minimum period which approvals will be made. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, this bill represents a pivotal step in modernizing Malawi's foreign exchange regulatory framework. While the committee supports the overall intent of the bill, we strongly emphasize the need for clarity in enforcement, fairness in penalties, and the protection of stakeholder rights, particularly the right to appeal. We urge the Reserve Bank of Malawi to act swiftly and transparently in implementing the provisions of this bill, including addressing the concerns around Forex abuses, rights of exporters and importers, and the treatment of our hard-working farmers. It is our hope that the enforcement of this law will reflect the spirit in which it was crafted, one that promotes accountability, economic stability, and fairness to all Malawians. With these remarks, I hereby submit report of the Budget Committee on Bill number 19 of 2025 for consideration of this House. Madam Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chair and Honorable Member for Blantyre Malabada. Anybody from the committee who's seconding the report? Yes, Honorable Member for Cheo Central.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for allowing the people of Cheo Central constituency to second the report ably presented by the Vice Chair of the Committee on the Budget and Finance. Honorable Speaker, I rise today in full support of the Chairperson's insightful analysis of the Bill number 19 of 2025. Madam Speaker, this bill has come at an opportune time when the country is grappling with Forex issues. Madam Speaker, the need for a robust legal framework for managing foreign exchange transactions cannot be overemphasized. The Chairperson's remarks have underscored the importance of powers entrusted upon the Reserve Bank of Malawi, which will significantly contribute to enhancing order and stability in the country's foreign exchange sector. Additionally, when effected, the bill would assist in improving the forex supply situation in the country, which currently is seriously affecting the country's economy. Madam Speaker, with these few remarks, I stand with the Chairperson's recommendations, and I urge all other members of this August House to support this bill, which helps to secure a future marked by robust governance of foreign exchange in this country. Madam Speaker, I second. Thank you.
Much Honorable Member for Cheo Central. I now call for contributions on the floor. Yes, in Cheo West. Oh. Honorable, yes, I'm from Cheo West. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for recognizing the people of Cheo West to come up with a voice on the report ably presented by Honorable Two Brothers. Listening to the conversation that we have on the floor, Right Honorable Speaker, I think we need to, the whole need is trying to sanitize, trying to put right measures so that we safeguard our hard-earned Forex. Right Honorable Speaker, our simple economics teaches us that when demand is in short supply, then prices of goods and commodities do soar up. Likewise, when goods and services are in short supply, it goes vice versa. Now, what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to communicate. So sorry, it's been long, which when I took this subject matter. I mean, when goods and services are in short supply, the price rises up. Vice versa, when goods, when we flood goods and services in the market, the prices do dwindle. What I'm trying to drive, where I'm trying to drive at is that the best solution to this particular problem, Right Honorable Speaker, is to flood Forex on the market. We need to focus more. Can I have order? Can I be protected? No, Madam Speaker.
The Central is order, please.
Some of these people trying to disturb me are not as good as me upstairs. So what I'm trying to drive at, Madam Speaker, is that this honorable house should focus more on how we can bring in more Forex in this country so that we flood all the markets. Like the only way we can stop the black market, Right Honorable Speaker, for instance, if the banks are selling the dollar at a very lower rate, it means that the prices on the black market would not die a natural death. So that's what we need to be focusing more. For instance, Right Honorable Chairperson, the Minister of Finance, when he was the chairperson for trade and industry, I remember there came a certain stakeholder who was actually challenging us that Malai gold price, if we can just engage in trading for Malai gold, they were challenging us that they're going to be buying on a minimum of $33 a day. I mean, $33 per kg, which we cannot actually fetch by selling tobacco. Now, if we can, we did deliberate about that such a bill in this honorable house. Where is it? Where is it? Actually, that's how, when I was making my own simple mathematics, Honorable Speaker, we could have forgotten this Forex shortage, because we could have been having so many dollars in the banks. So we should be thinking in those solutions, not necessarily putting in and squeezing in Malawians who are actually having problems to secure the same. So I don't know, the bill was actually passed here, I don't know where it is as an honorable house, because these problems, Madam Speaker, we are encountering, each and every one of us, we're encountering these problems, regardless of whether you are on the right-hand side of your, on the other, or this side, Madam Speaker. So we are all facing these forest challenges. We are actually failing to import. So much as I support this bill, how I love these noisemakers could have listened to my wisdom. Otherwise, these are empty heads, Madam Speaker. I'm talking real economics. So, much as I support, we need, as a country, as
honorable members on my right, Salima Southeast, order please. Salima Southeast, Mzimba South, order please.
As an honorable house, we need to find ways and means of scaling up production so that we must flood the dollars on the market. And once we do that, Honorable Speaker, we won't need any piece of legislation to come in this honorable house for any amendments or what, because we should have taken care of each and every Malawian.
Consider winding up. You've done
with these few remarks, Madam Speaker, even though these people have been eating up my time, these empty bastards, these empty heads, let me...
Honorable, thank you, Honorable Member for Cheu, is it Cheu Banje? Cheu West, eh? Thank you. Honorable David Leader. Yes, sir.
Right, Honorable
well,
Speaker.
you need to rise and...
Is it in order for the honorable member who has resumed his seat to refer to other honorable members as empty heads?
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Leader. Indeed, Honorable Member for Cheu West, can you please withdraw that, because that's reflecting directly on your colleagues, please.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, I withdraw that statement which says empty heads. I replace it with the less intelligent members.
Even that is equally reflecting on the members. Please, Honor.
I withdraw it and I replace it with the noisemakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Cheu West. Honorable Deputy Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that we curtail debate on the committee report in order to allow the chair to wind up. I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Leader. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that debate on Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange, on the report on Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange, be curtailed in order to allow the deputy chair of the budget committee to wind up. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Deputy Chairperson, Budget Committee.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. In light of the discussion on the floor concerning the proposed bill amendments, I wish to submit that all the submissions concerning the proposed bill be taken into consideration, and I want the debate. Thank you very much.
Much Chair. We'll now go back to the debate on the actual bill. Do we need the motion? Yes, sir. Sorry, Honorable Government Chief Whip. Before we do that, you needed to move that we adopt the report by the Budget Committee. So you need to move that we adopt your report.
Madam Speaker, I move that the House adopts the report.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that the report as presented by the Deputy Chair of the Budget Committee be adopted. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion has passed. The report has been adopted. Chief Whip.
Madam Speaker, I'm rising to curtail debate on the bill, considering that members had already spoken to it, now to allow the Honourable Minister to wind up. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable members. I now put the question. The question is that debate on Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange, be curtailed in order to allow the Honourable Minister of Finance to wind up. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honourable Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for according me an opportunity to respond to issues raised by honourable members, starting from Honourable Spokesperson for DPP, and subsequently so, Madam Speaker, the spokesperson for UDF. In their submission, Madam Speaker, they all agreed to the fact that this is a very important piece of legislation because it aims at sanitizing the igilede issues that have characterized the Forex issues in this country. Madam Speaker, for quite a long time, our country has been suffering from FX issues to the extent that sometimes it has created anxiety when somebody would like to transact because the situation has provided an alternative option which is not present, whether you get the FX in the commercial banks or the official banks or from the so-called black market. It is in cognizance of the same, Madam Speaker, that Malawi government decided to come up with a piece of legislation that would help to sanitize the same by addressing two key issues. Previously, the legislation focused much on control. Madam Speaker, the piece of legislation we are talking about today does address two issues: the control as well as management. The inflow, but also the exit. This is, I think, the reason why the DPP spokesperson talked about, yes, we might have this good piece of legislation, but what are we doing on generation? Which is a very good observation, Madam Speaker. I want to assure the House and the Honourable Member that Malawi government and the government of Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera has focused much on FX generation now. That's, I think, the reason why the budget that I presented in the very House focused much on production. and using the ATMM strategy, we would like to see that we are generating our own FX than managing the imported FX. Madam Speaker, much of the FX that we use in this country are the imported ones through projects and grants. But time has come, Madam Speaker, that we generate our own, and one would be tempted to think about how do we do the generation. Madam Speaker, labor export is one, mining is two. We need to quantify the mineral deposits, monetize them, and then get resources to impact the GDP. The mega farm is another one, and several other options within the ATM strategy. The assurance, therefore, is there that once we flood the market, and these are the official markets, and we address the issues of demand and supply, no one will have insatiable hunger to look for Forex from elsewhere, apart from the bank. The UDF spokesperson also spoke highly on the same, as well as other members that have actually talked about means and ways how we can protect our FX, including promotion of all effecting the import substitution. Madam Speaker, I totally agree with them, and I think that's the reason why, for once, we have effected the COGA, the Control of Goods Act, that those products and services that can be easily provided domestically should not be imported, because that might be draining our much-needed FX. In this way, Madam Speaker, it means we'll be able to build the FX reserve. Madam Speaker, the chair for agriculture, for budget, has raised very pertinent issues. I think that's why in the very first presentation that I made, I did allude to the fact that we totally agree to some of the issues that they have raised. They have raised issues that are very paramount legally, because we need to ensure that people that are into business and any other transactions, once they experience a certain experience, they will be able to be given a right to appeal. But Madam Speaker, let me indicate here that some of the issues that have been raised can no longer fit into this legislation, but rather they can be put into regulations or subsidiary legislations, so that this bill that we are talking about today should not be baggy and become legally ambiguous. So I totally agree that some issues might be considered now, or others will be considered when we are coming up with regulations. Finally, Madam Speaker, this piece of legislation will sanitize the malpractices that have characterized FX management in this country. And once it is put into place, people will now realize and start seeing the impact of having a very strong legal framework. Finally, Madam Speaker, as I said in the very House one day about the RDP, which is the Recover, Develop and Protect Our Economy, this piece of legislation anchors well on the P, where we need to have watertight pieces of legislation so that nobody plays around with Malawi's resources. Having said this, Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be read for the second time. Madam Speaker, I beg to move.
The Honorable Minister of Finance, honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that Bill number 19 of 2025, Foreign Exchange, be read a second time. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried.
Commit stage. Bill number 19 of 2025, Foreign Exchange.
To come and chair. Any volunteer chair? resources, Chair for natural resources.
Honorable members, welcome to committee stage of bill number 19 of 2025 foreign exchange. Process one to what? So far, the chair has not received any amendments for clauses 1 to 7. Therefore, I put the question that if no one wishes to speak, clauses 1 to 7 stand part of the bill. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Honorable members, I wish to inform you that the chair has received proposed amendments to this bill. Therefore, I beg the chair for Nchew Central to move his amendment.
Chairperson, I beg to move that clause 8 be here amended by adding the following provision immediately after clause 8C2, provided that any person who is aggrieved by the decision of the bank shall have the right to appeal to the Financial Services Appeals Tribunal within 21 days after the receipt of the decision from the bank. Chairperson, I beg to move.
Honorable members, if no one wishes to speak, I put the question that clause 8 be amended as moved by the honorable member for Nchew Central. I understand I have some members who want to speak. Yes, honorable member for Mulanje West.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think this is a house of records. In our bills, when an amendment has not complied with the notice that is supposed to be given, we are told not to move those amendments. What is so special about this bill that we can allow amendments that have just been segregated now? Thank you, Chair.
These amendments are coming from the committee, so they satisfy the requirements of the bill. Thank you so much. I put the question that clause 8 be amended as moved by the honorable member for Ncheu Central. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. I put the second question that clause 8 as amended by Ncheu Central stand part of the bill. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honorable members, clauses 9 to clause 19 have got no proposed amendments. If no one wishes to speak, I put the question that clauses 9 to clause 19 stand part of the bill. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Clause 20 has proposed amendments. I therefore request Honorable Member for Ncheu Central to move the amendment.
Chairperson, I beg to move that clause 20 be hereby amended by inserting the following new clause as clause number 20, subsection 7, to read as follows. For purposes of subsection 1, transfer of funds includes foreign currency payments that involve letters of credit, open account transactions, or any other internationally accepted mode of paying for the importation of goods or services. I beg to move.
Honorable members, if no one wishes to speak, I put the question that clause 20 be amended as moved by Ncheu Central. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. I now put the second question that clause number 20 as amended by Ncheu Central stand part of the bill. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honorable members, clauses number 21 to 53 have no proposed amendments. Therefore, I put the question that clauses number 21 to number 53 stand part of the bill. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honorable members, clause number 54 has proposed amendment. Therefore, I would like to request the Honorable Member for Ncheu Central to move the amendment.
Chairperson, I beg to move that clause 54 hereby be amended by A, deleting the words permission by the bank in the marginal note and substituting thereof the following words permissions and appeals, and B, inserting the following new subsections 3 and 4. 3, a person aggrieved by a decision of the bank under this act to refuse an application for a license or authorization, to revoke, suspend, or vary a license or authorization, or to impose an administrative penalty may appeal to the Financial Services Tribunal within 21 days of the receipt of the decision from the bank. Subsection 4, for purposes of subsection 3, Financial Services Appeals Tribunal means the tribunal established under Section 78 of the Financial Services Act. Chairperson, I beg to move.
Honorable members, if no one wishes to speak, I put the question that clause 54 be amended as moved by the honorable member from Cheo Central. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Honorable members, I put the second question that clause number 54, as amended by honorable member for Cheo Central, stand part of the bill. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Clause number Honorable members, if no one wishes to speak, I put the question that clauses number 55 to 61, where I have not received any proposed amendments, stand part of the bill. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Thank you so much, honorable members. This marks the end of our committee stage. Thank you so much for your active participation on bill number Honorable members, there is a small correction. You bear with me. Clauses number 55. Clauses number 55 to 62, not 61, have no proposed amendments. Therefore, I put the question again that they stand part of the bill. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honorable members, thank you so much for your active participation. This marks the end of our committee stage on bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange. Thank you so much.
Report stage. Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange.
Thank you, Chair for Natural Resources, for chairing the committee stage. Honorable Minister of Finance, report progress, please.
Madam Speaker, welcome back. Madam Speaker, I would like to report that Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange, has passed through committee stage with some amendments. Madam Speaker, I beg to move.
Hello, Honorable Minister, Honorable members, can I have order, please? Yes, and you beg to move that third reading. Yes.
And I beg to move that third reading be done now, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Minister, honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange, be taken today. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried.
Third reading. Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange.
Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that Bill number 19 of 2025 foreign exchange be read a third time and pass.
Honorable Minister, honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that Bill number 19 of 2025, foreign exchange, be read a third time and passed. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the bill has passed. Government Chief Whip.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Just to thank the honorable members for their commitment to work through this time to pass these two bills. I rise to announce business for tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be tackling bills, and this will be bill number 16, sugarcane industry, bill number 17, mental health, bill number 18, construction industry, and bill number 20, tourism industry. Thank you very much. Besides the normal procedures where we start with answering questions for
members, I can't hear the Chief Whip, please. Sorry?
I did say, Madam Speaker,
Honorable,
I'm announcing the business for tomorrow, and I'm saying that tomorrow we'll tackle the following bills. Number 1, the sugarcane industry, mental health, construction industry, and tourism industry bills. And I say that obviously we will start with the normal business of taking up questions for replies for ministers from the honorable members. Thank you very much.
Very much, Government Chief Whip. Honorable members, thank you very much. Thank you for staying extra minutes just to finish up business. It is 9 minutes to 6. Yeah, you're compensating for Thursday. Thursday you left at lunch hour. Yeah, so the lunch, it was not for free, nothing for free in this world. Honorable members, it is 9 minutes to 6. I now adjourn the House to tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. House adjourned.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.